Which erotic work was completed by Vatsyayana in 400 AD? Kama Sutra. The Kama Sutra is an ancient Indian Sanskrit text on sexuality, eroticism and emotional fulfillment in life. It is attributed to Vatsyayana and likely composed sometime between the 1st and 6th centuries CE. The pollex is more commonly known as which anatomical feature of the human body? Thumb. The pollex is the anatomical term for the thumb. Understanding anatomical terminology is important in biological sciences and medicine. According to Greek mythology, what is the number of fates? 3. In Greek mythology, the Moirai, or Fates, were three goddesses who determined the course of human life. Their names were Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos, representing the spinner, the allotter, and the cutter of the thread of life, respectively. Rosalind Smith is the spouse of which former President of the United States? Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter served as the 39th President of the United States from 1977 to 1981. He has been actively involved in humanitarian efforts through the Carter Center after his presidency. What was the designation for 1/10 of a Roman legion? Cohort. A cohort was a tactical unit of the Roman legion, consisting of approximately 480 soldiers. 10 cohorts typically formed a legion, making it a significant component of the Roman military structure. In November 2002, which member of the British royal family was convicted and penalized for contravening the Dangerous Dogs Act? Princess Anne. The Dangerous Dogs Act is a piece of legislation in the United Kingdom that restricts certain breeds of dogs considered dangerous. Princess Anne's conviction highlights the legal responsibilities associated with pet ownership, even for members of the royal family. What was the name of the vessel that arrived at Tilbury, England, in 1948, transporting 492 post-war immigrants from the West Indies? MV Empire Windrush. The MV Empire Windrush is historically significant as it symbolized the beginning of large-scale Caribbean migration to the United Kingdom after World War II. The migrants, often referred to as the Windrush generation, played a vital role in the post-war reconstruction of Britain. What is the English translation of the Latin phrase, tempus neminem mane? Time waits for no one. Tempus neminem mane is a Latin phrase emphasizing the relentless passage of time. It serves as a reminder of the importance of utilizing time effectively. Al-Kahri is the local name for which city? Cairo. Cairo, the capital of Egypt, is often referred to locally as Al-Qahira, meaning the vanquisher or the conqueror. This name reflects the city's historical significance and enduring power. From which European country did Tunisia gain independence in 1956? France. Tunisia achieved independence from France on March 20, 1956, marking the end of 75 years of French protectorate status. The event was a turning point in Tunisian history. In medicine, what is the name of the hollow flexible tube inserted into the human body to withdraw or introduce fluids? Catheter. A catheter is a medical device used for various purposes, including draining urine from the bladder, administering medications, or performing diagnostic procedures. Catheters vary in size and material depending on their intended application. Bora Peak is the highest mountain in which U.S. state? Idaho. Bora Peak, also known as Mount Bora, is the highest point in Idaho, reaching an elevation of 12,662 feet, 3,859 meters. It is part of the Lost River Range. How many individuals are depicted in Leonardo da Vinci's painting, The Last Supper? 13. Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper depicts Jesus and his 12 apostles. The painting is renowned for its composition and the portrayal of the apostles' reactions to Jesus' announcement that one of them will betray him. Which country is associated with the Internet domain, S? Spain. The Internet domain, S is the country code top-level domain, ccTLD, for Spain. This domain is used for websites and email addresses associated with Spain. In which English county was Sir Humphrey Davy, the inventor of the miner's safety lamp, born? Cornwall. Sir Humphrey Davy, a renowned chemist and inventor, was born in Penzance, Cornwall. He made significant contributions to the fields of chemistry and electromagnetism and is best known for inventing the Davy lamp, which significantly improved safety in coal mines. In which country are Copts considered native Christians? Egypt. Copts are an ethno-religious group primarily residing in Egypt. They adhere to Coptic Orthodox Christianity, one of the oldest branches of Christianity, tracing its origins to Egypt in the 1st century AD. Which US state was discovered by the Danish navigator Vitus Bering in 1741? Alaska. Vitus Bering, a Danish navigator in Russian service, led an expedition in 1741 that sighted Alaska. This voyage significantly contributed to the Russian exploration and mapping of the North Pacific region and the subsequent Russian colonization of Alaska. In July 1989, which South American country inaugurated Carlos Menem as its president? Argentina. Carlos Menem served as the president of Argentina from 1989 to 1999. His presidency was marked by significant economic reforms, including privatization and deregulation, aimed at stabilizing the Argentine economy. Myxomatosis is a viral disease that primarily affects which animal species? Rabbits. Myxomatosis is a highly infectious and often fatal disease affecting rabbits, caused by the myxoma virus. It is characterized by skin tumors, swelling, and fever, and has significantly impacted wild rabbit populations in various regions. In which country is the Mosul Dam located? Iraq. The Mosul Dam, formerly known as the Saddam Dam, is the largest dam in Iraq. Its construction began in 1980 and was completed in 1984, and it is situated on the Tigris River in northern Iraq. What term is used to describe a line on a map connecting points with the same average summer temperature? Isothere. An isothere is a line on a map that connects points having the same average temperature at a given time or for a given period. These lines are useful in visualizing temperature distribution across geographical areas. How many stars are depicted on the current national flag of Libya? 1. The flag of Libya, adopted after the 2011 revolution, features a single white crescent moon and a 5-pointed star centered on a black field, bordered by red and green stripes. Chiswick 8 is a small island located in which river in England? River Thames. Chiswick 8 is a small, uninhabited island in the River Thames near Chiswick, West London. These islands can be important habitats for wildlife and affect river flow dynamics. Who is the author of the novel, The Mayor of Casterbridge? Thomas Hardy. The Mayor of Casterbridge, written by Thomas Hardy, explores themes of social class, fate, and personal responsibility in a rural English setting during the 19th century. Hardy's novels often provide insights into the social and economic conditions of the time. How many commandments are contained within the Jewish Torah? 613. The Jewish Torah contains 613 commandments, also known as mitzvot. These commandments provide a comprehensive guide to religious and ethical conduct within Judaism. Which British politician authored the 1880 novel, Endymion? Benjamin Disraeli. Benjamin Disraeli, 1804–1881, a prominent conservative politician and Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, was also a novelist. Endymion, published in 1880, offers insights into the political and social landscape of Victorian England. In 2003, Shami Chakrabarti assumed the role of director for which British advocacy group? Liberty. Liberty, National Council for Civil Liberties, is a UK-based human rights organisation. Shami Chakrabarti served as its director from 2003 to 2016, advocating for civil liberties and human rights within the UK legal and political systems. The cenotaph is located on which street in London? Whitehall. The cenotaph, a war memorial in London, is situated on Whitehall. It serves as a focal point for national remembrance ceremonies, particularly on Remembrance Day, honoring those who have died in conflict. What is the square root of 196? 14. The square root of a number is a value that, when multiplied by itself, gives the original number. In this case, 14 multiplied by 14 equals 196. In which North African country is Sania Ramal Airport located? Morocco. Sania Ramal Airport is an international airport serving the city of Tetung in Morocco. Morocco, located in North Africa, has coastlines on both the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. On which river is the German town of Meissen, renowned for its porcelain, situated? River Elbe. Meissen, a town in Saxony, Germany, is famous for the production of Meissen porcelain, established in 1710. The town's location on the River Elbe facilitated trade and the transport of raw materials. A sapling is a young what? Tree. A sapling is a young tree, typically characterized by its small size and recent growth from a seed. Saplings are vital for forest regeneration and play a crucial role in maintaining ecological balance. Which part of a baby's body remains constant in size from birth? Eyes. The human eye is unique in that its size remains relatively stable from birth to adulthood. This contrasts with other body parts that undergo significant growth and development. Approximately how many bones does a newborn infant possess? 300. Newborns have approximately 300 bones, which are mostly cartilage. Many of these bones fuse together as the child grows, resulting in the adult skeleton having 206 bones. What is the activity performed by a noctambulist? Sleepwalking. Noctambulism, also known as sleepwalking or somnambulism, is a sleep disorder characterized by performing activities while seemingly asleep. It is often associated with childhood and can involve a range of complex behaviors. Between which two countries was the Winter War, November 1939 to March 1940, fought? Soviet Union, Russia, and Finland. The Winter War, fought between the Soviet Union and Finland, was a significant conflict prior to World War II. The war highlighted the Red Army's initial weaknesses and resulted in territorial concessions by Finland. In which U.S. city is Grace Cathedral located? San Francisco. Grace Cathedral, a prominent landmark in San Francisco, is the cathedral church of the Episcopal Diocese of California. Known for its stunning architecture and stained glass, it's a significant religious and cultural site. Didymitis is the inflammation of which part of the human body? Testicle. Didymitis refers to inflammation of the epididymis, which is a coiled tube located at the back of the testicle that stores and carries sperm. Inflammation can be caused by bacterial infection or other factors. What was the name of the convict ship which set sail from Britain in 1789 with the first cargo of female prisoners for a penal colony in Australia? Lady Juliana. The Lady Juliana was a significant ship in Australian penal history, transporting the first large contingent of female convicts to the penal colony of New South Wales. Its journey marked a notable phase in the establishment of the Australian penal system. In 1950, which US president ordered air and sea forces to defend South Korea? Harry S. Truman. President Harry S. Truman's decision to intervene in the Korean War in 1950 marked a pivotal moment in the Cold War. The intervention was done under the auspices of a UN resolution and was a key instance of the US policy of containment. In which year did Patrick Moore present the first episode of The Sky at Night on television? 1957. The Sky at Night is the world's longest-running astronomy television program, debuting in 1957 and presented by Patrick Moore for over 50 years. The show has played a significant role in popularizing astronomy and space exploration for a wide audience. Bowl of Fruit, Violin and Bottle is the work of which artist? Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso, 1881–1973, was a Spanish painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, stage designer, poet and playwright who spent most of his adult life in France. He is known as one of the most influential artists of the 20th century, co-founding the Cubist movement. The Kingdom of Lesotho is completely surrounded by which country? South Africa. Lesotho is an enclaved country within South Africa, meaning it is entirely surrounded by another country's territory. This geographical characteristic has significant implications for Lesotho's economy, politics, and international relations. The Democracy Monument is in which Asian city? Bangkok. The Democracy Monument is a public monument in Bangkok, Thailand, commemorating the 1932 Siamese Revolution. This revolution led to the establishment of a constitutional monarchy in Thailand, marking a significant shift in the country's political landscape. Who wrote the play, The Night of the Iguana? Tennessee Williams. Tennessee Williams, 1911–1983, was a prominent American playwright known for his poignant dramas exploring themes of loneliness, desire, and societal constraints. The Night of the Iguana, premiered in 1961, delves into the struggles of a defrocked priest battling personal demons in Mexico. Mary of Teck was the wife of which British monarch? George V. Mary of Teck, 1867–1953, was Queen Consort of the United Kingdom and the British Dominions as the wife of King George V. Her reign spanned a critical period including World War I and the reshaping of the British monarchy. The Philippines lie in which ocean? Pacific Ocean. The Philippines is an archipelago located in Southeast Asia, situated in the western Pacific Ocean. Its location within the Pacific Ring of Fire makes it prone to earthquakes and volcanic activity. How many times does the word eternity appear in the King James Version of the Bible? Once. The King James Version of the Bible is an English translation of the Christian Bible begun in 1604 and completed in 1611. Commissioned by King James I of England, it has been very influential and is known for its prose style. The Mercury Seven, also referred to as the original Seven, were a group of what? Astronauts. The Mercury Seven were the first group of astronauts selected by NASA in 1959. Their mission was to pioneer manned spaceflight for the United States, marking a critical step in the space race. Abdullah Gül was elected president of which country in August 2007? Turkey. Abdullah Gül's presidency marked a period of significant political and social change in Turkey. His election reflected the evolving dynamics of Turkish politics and its relationship with secularism and Islam. Meniere's disease affects which part of the body? Inner ear. Meniere's disease is a disorder of the inner ear that can cause vertigo, tinnitus, and hearing loss. Understanding its effects and symptoms is crucial for diagnosis and treatment. A morwong is what type of creature? Fish. Morwongs are perciform fish found in the Southern Ocean, often commercially fished. Their classification helps in understanding marine ecosystems and fisheries management. In which U.S. state is Lake Dillon? Colorado. Lake Dillon, also known as Dillon Reservoir, is a large body of water in Colorado used for water storage and recreation. It is located in Summit County and provides water to Denver. Which British monarch said of Thomas Seymour, "This day died a man of much wit and very little judgment"? Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I made this remark regarding Thomas Seymour after his execution for treason in 1549. Seymour was the brother of her stepmother Jane Seymour and had attempted to marry Elizabeth, posing a threat to the stability of the Tudor dynasty. In which mainland European country is the village of Blenheim, the site of a 1704 battle, located? Germany. The Battle of Blenheim was a major battle of the War of the Spanish Succession, fought in 1704 near the village of Blenheim, Blindheim, in Bavaria, Germany. This victory for the Allied forces was a crucial turning point in the war. To which religion do the Vedas, ancient texts, pertain? Hinduism. The Vedas are a large body of religious texts originating in ancient India. These texts form the foundation of Hinduism and are considered among the oldest scriptures in the world. What is the English translation of the Latin phrase, cito te ipsum? Know yourself. Cito te ipsum is a Latin aphorism that translates to, know thyself, in English. It is a philosophical imperative often attributed to ancient Greek philosophers and inscribed at the temple of Apollo at Delphi. In the field of anatomy, to which part of the human body does the term, otic, relate? Ear. In anatomy, the term, otic, refers specifically to the ear or pertaining to the ear. It is derived from the Greek word, ous, meaning ear. In which English county is Delamere Forest situated? Cheshire. Delamere Forest is located in the county of Cheshire, England. It is the largest woodland area in the county and offers various recreational activities. What are the names of the three major airports that serve New York City? JFK International, LaGuardia, Liberty International. New York City is served by three major airports, namely John F. Kennedy International Airport, JFK, LaGuardia Airport, LGA, and Newark Liberty International Airport, EWR. These airports handle significant domestic and international air traffic. In which South American country is the Xingu River located? Brazil. The Xingu River is a major tributary of the Amazon River and is located entirely within Brazil. It is known for its biodiversity and the indigenous communities that inhabit its basin. Which United States president was assassinated in 1881? James Garfield. James A. Garfield, the 20th President of the United States, was assassinated on July 2, 1881, and died on September 19, 1881. His assassination highlighted the need for civil service reform. In mathematics, what type of angle measures more than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees? Reflex angle. A reflex angle is an angle that is greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. It represents the larger angle formed when two lines diverge. What is the basic currency of Brazil? Real. The Brazilian currency is called the real, plural, reais. It is denoted by the symbol R dollar and is subdivided into 100 centavos. Which US state is known as the gem state? Idaho. Idaho is known as the gem state because of its abundant natural resources and stunning mountainous landscapes. It is also known for its significant production of potatoes. Selenological and Engineering Explorer, Selene, was the second lunar orbital spacecraft launched by which country in September 2007? Japan. The Selenological and Engineering Explorer, Selene, also known as Kaguya, was a Japanese lunar orbiter mission launched in 2007. It aimed to gather data about the moon's origin and evolution. In humans, inflammation of which organ is referred to as cholecystitis? Gallbladder. Cholecystitis is the inflammation of the gallbladder, often caused by gallstones blocking the bile duct. This blockage leads to pain, nausea, and potentially infection. The medical serves as the basic monetary unit for which African nation? Mozambique. The metical, MZN, is the currency of Mozambique, replacing the escudo after independence. Economic reforms in the 1990s stabilized the currency after periods of high inflation. Which Swiss folk hero is renowned for defying authority by refusing to bow to the emperor's hat and was subsequently compelled to shoot an apple off his son's head to avert execution? William Tell. William Tell is a legendary figure in Swiss folklore, symbolizing the struggle for independence from Habsburg rule. His act of defiance and marksmanship are central to Swiss national identity. Who held the office of British Prime Minister during the Suez Crisis of 1956? Anthony Eden. Anthony Eden served as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during the Suez Crisis in 1956. His handling of the crisis, particularly the Anglo-French military intervention in Egypt, led to significant political fallout and a decline in British influence on the world stage. What is the current number of planets recognized as constituting our solar system? 8. Pluto is no longer a planet. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union, IAU, reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet, leaving only 8 recognized planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. This reclassification was based on Pluto's failure to clear its neighborhood of other celestial objects. What was the first battle in the Wars of the Roses, fought in England in 1455? Battle of St. Albans. The First Battle of St. Albans, fought on May 22, 1455, is considered the opening engagement of the Wars of the Roses, a series of dynastic civil wars for the throne of England. It marked a significant escalation of tensions between the houses of Lancaster and York. By what name is a polygraph more commonly known? Lie detector. A polygraph, often called a lie detector, measures physiological responses such as heart rate, blood pressure, respiration, and skin conductivity to assess the truthfulness of a subject's statements during an interrogation. Its reliability is a subject of ongoing debate within the scientific and legal communities. Pomology is the scientific study of what agricultural practice? Fruit production. Pomology is a branch of botany focusing on the cultivation, production, and study of fruits and nuts. It involves research in areas like orchard management, fruit breeding, and post-harvest handling to improve fruit quality and yields. Which US president is honored with a balcony bearing their name on the second floor of the White House? Harry Truman. The Truman Balcony, added to the White House in 1948 under President Harry S. Truman, provides an outdoor seating area on the second floor's south facade. It offers views of the south lawn and serves as a distinctive architectural feature. To what animal classification does a cob belong? Antelope. The cob, Cobus cob, is an African antelope known for its reddish-brown coat and preference for floodplains and grasslands near water. They are commonly found in sub-Saharan Africa and are an important part of the local ecosystem. Who stated, on the day preceding his assassination in 1968, "I'm not worried about anything, I'm not fearing any man." Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a pivotal leader in the American civil rights movement. His assassination in 1968 was a major turning point in the struggle for racial equality, leaving a lasting impact on American society. What is kept in an ossuary? The bones of the dead. An ossuary is a container or receptacle used for storing the bones of the deceased, often found in cultures with specific burial rituals. These can range from small boxes to entire rooms. Which Mediterranean island achieved independence from the United Kingdom in 1960? Cyprus. Cyprus gained independence from British rule in 1960, becoming an independent republic. The island's history has been marked by the complex interplay of Greek and Turkish Cypriot communities. Floromania is a passion for what? Flowers. Floromania refers to an intense enthusiasm or obsession with flowers, often involving extensive knowledge and appreciation of floral varieties and arrangements. Mary Helen MacKillop, also known as Saint Mary of the Cross, is the sole individual from which nation to be canonized as a saint by the Roman Catholic Church. Australia. Mary MacKillop, also known as Saint Mary of the Cross, founded the Sisters of Saint Joseph of the Sacred Heart. She is Australia's first and only Catholic saint, canonized in 2010. In which South American nation are the Curated Falls located? Guyana. Curated Falls, one of the world's most powerful waterfalls, is situated on the Patero River in Guyana's Curated National Park. It boasts a single drop of approximately 226 meters, making it a significant natural landmark. Who is the author of the book, Dubliners, initially published in 1914? James Joyce. James Joyce's Dubliners, a collection of 15 short stories, offers a naturalist depiction of middle-class life in Dublin during the early 20th century. The stories explore themes of paralysis, epiphanies, and the limitations of Irish society. In which European city is La Sapienza University located? Rome. La Sapienza University, officially known as the University of Rome, is one of the largest European universities by enrollments and one of Italy's oldest, founded in 1303. It is located in Rome, Italy. What term describes a narrow strip of land, bordered by water on either side, that connects two larger landmasses? Isthmus. An isthmus is a narrow land bridge connecting two larger land areas across an expanse of water, typically with water bodies on both sides. Notable examples include the Isthmus of Panama and the Isthmus of Suez. The myocardium is the muscular tissue comprising which organ in the human body? Heart. The myocardium is the thickest layer of the heart wall, composed of cardiac muscle. Its contractions are responsible for pumping blood throughout the body. Which mythical Greek hero is credited with slaying the Minotaur, aided by Ariadne? Theseus. Theseus, a hero in Greek mythology, is famous for venturing into the labyrinth and killing the Minotaur, a creature that was half man and half bull, with the assistance of Ariadne who provided him with a thread to find his way out. What is the official language of Egypt? Arabic. Arabic is the official language of Egypt and is spoken in various dialects across the country. Modern Standard Arabic is used in formal settings, while Egyptian Arabic is the most widely spoken dialect in everyday communication. Which notorious American outlaw is known for fatally shooting the cashier of a savings bank in Gallatin, Missouri, in 1869? Jesse James. Jesse James was an American outlaw, gang leader, bank robber, train robber, and murderer from the state of Missouri and a best-known member of the James Younger gang. His criminal activities occurred primarily after the American Civil War. Which online bookstore was originally called Cadabra.com? Amazon. Amazon, founded by Jeff Bezos, initially operated under the name Cadabra.com before changing to Amazon.com in 1995. The name change was driven by a concern that Cadabra sounded too much like cadaver. Magyarság is the local name for which country? Hungary. Magyarság is the Hungarian name for Hungary, reflecting the country's distinct linguistic and cultural identity within Europe. This demonstrates the importance of understanding a nation's endonym, or internal name, for a complete understanding of its identity. Who was the last English monarch to die on the battlefield? Richard III. Richard III, the last Plantagenet king, died at the Battle of Bosworth Field in 1485. His death marked the end of the War of the Roses and the beginning of the Tudor dynasty under Henry VII. Earth Day is celebrated in the USA during which month of the year? April 22nd. Earth Day is an annual event celebrated on April 22nd, highlighting the importance of environmental protection. First celebrated in 1970, it is now a global event involving millions of people worldwide. How many books comprise the New Testament of the Bible? 27. The New Testament is the second part of the Christian Bible, consisting of 27 books. These books include the Gospels, Acts of the Apostles, Epistles, and the Book of Revelation, forming the core texts for Christian theology and doctrine. Which nuclear physicist is recognized as the father of the atomic bomb? Julius Robert Oppenheimer. Julius Robert Oppenheimer, 1904 to 1967, was the scientific director of the Manhattan Project during World War II. This project led to the development of the first atomic bombs, significantly impacting warfare and global politics. In which U.S. state are the Brazos Cliffs, a notable rock formation, located? New Mexico. The Brazos Cliffs are a dramatic geological feature in northern New Mexico, known for their towering height and scenic beauty. The cliffs are part of the southern Rocky Mountains and contribute to the diverse landscape of the state. Which country is associated with the Internet domain, is? Iceland. The Internet domain is the country code top-level domain, CCTLD, for Iceland. This domain is administered by ISNIC, the Internet Iceland Registry. Which British scientist discovered acetylene in 1836? Edmund Davy. Edmund Davy, 1785 to 1857, a British chemist and cousin of Sir Humphrey Davy, is credited with discovering acetylene. Acetylene is a colorless gas primarily used in welding torches and as a chemical building block. Which of his wives did the British monarch Henry VIII marry in 1540? Anne of Cleves. Henry VIII married Anne of Cleves in January 1540, but the marriage was annulled after only 6 months. This marriage was part of Henry VIII's strategic efforts to secure political alliances. Who ordered the construction of the Roman wall that divided England and Scotland? Hadrian. Hadrian's Wall, built under the Roman Emperor Hadrian starting in 122 AD, served as a defensive fortification marking the northern boundary of Roman Britain. The wall stretched approximately 73 miles across northern England. Catamarca, Mendoza, and Formosa are all provinces located in which South American country? Argentina. Argentina is a country located mostly in the southern half of South America. It is the 8th largest country in the world by land area and the second largest in South America, after Brazil. In human physiology, what function is impaired by the medical condition known as agglutition? Swallowing. Agglutition, or dysphagia, refers to difficulty in swallowing. It can result from various neurological or structural abnormalities affecting the mouth, pharynx, or esophagus. Which Palestinian paramilitary group perpetrated the seizure of 11 Israeli athletes at the 1972 Munich Olympic Games? Black September. The Munich massacre, perpetrated by the Black September organization in 1972, involved the kidnapping and murder of 11 Israeli Olympic team members. This event resulted in a tragic disruption of the Games and highlighted the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict on a global stage. Which element is represented by the letters Hg in the periodic table? Mercury. Mercury, Hg, is a chemical element with atomic number 80. It is a heavy, silvery D-block metal and one of 6 elements that are liquid at or near room temperature. What is the national flower of Switzerland? Edelweiss. Edelweiss, Lientopodium nivale, is a well-known European mountain flower, serving as a symbol of alpinism, purity, and national identity, particularly in Switzerland. Its iconic status has led to its widespread use in tourism and branding. What type of creature is a minke? Whale. Minke whales are baleen whales belonging to the family Balanopteridae, the rockwhales. There are 2 recognized species, the common minke whale and the Antarctic minke whale. They are among the smallest baleen whales. The Azores Island group is administered by which country? Portugal. The Azores are an autonomous region of Portugal, located in the mid-Atlantic. This archipelago consists of 9 volcanic islands known for their dramatic landscapes, rich biodiversity, and unique cultural heritage influenced by its Portuguese history. Which was the first Latin American country to legalize same-sex marriage? Argentina. Argentina legalized same-sex marriage nationwide on July 15, 2010, becoming the first country in Latin America to do so. This landmark decision reflects a significant advancement in LGBTQ+ rights and social progress in the region. Tanakh describes the whole of the scriptures of which religion? Judaism. The Tanakh, also known as the Hebrew Bible, constitutes the canonical collection of Jewish texts. It comprises 3 main parts: the Torah, law, Nevi'im, prophets, and Ketuvim, writings, serving as a foundational text for Judaism. Managua is the capital of which Central American country? Nicaragua. Managua has been the capital of Nicaragua since 1852. Nicaragua is located in Central America, bordering both the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean. Chrome Yellow is the first novel of which author? Aldous Huxley. Published in 1921, Chrome Yellow marks Aldous Huxley's debut as a novelist. Huxley is best known for his later work, Brave New World. In Greek mythology, of what was Hypnos the god? Sleep. In Greek mythology, Hypnos was the personification of sleep. His Roman equivalent is somnus. Fratricide is the act of killing one's what? Brother. Fratricide, derived from Latin, refers to the act of killing one's own brother. It is considered a severe form of homicide due to familial ties. Dubris was the Roman name for which English port? Dover. Dover, located in Kent, England, was a significant port during the Roman occupation. The Roman name Dubris reflects its strategic importance in controlling maritime routes. Which 18th-century British author described the second marriage as the triumph of hope over experience? Samuel Johnson. Samuel Johnson, a prominent figure of 18th-century English literature, is renowned for his wit and insightful observations on human nature. His famous quote reflects a skeptical view of remarriage, highlighting the potential for disappointment despite hopeful expectations. In January 1986, which British cabinet post did George Younger assume? Defense Secretary. George Younger served as the Defense Secretary in the British government, holding a key position responsible for the nation's defense policies and military affairs. His appointment in 1986 occurred during a period of significant geopolitical tension. Who was the first US president to appear on television while still in office? Franklin D. Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt was the first sitting U.S. president to appear on television, marking a significant moment in the evolution of political communication. His use of the medium helped him connect directly with the American public during his presidency. In which English county is Castle Howard located? Yorkshire. Castle Howard, a stately home in North Yorkshire, is a significant example of English Baroque architecture. It is renowned for its historical importance and its presence in various film and television productions. Of which country is the quetzal the basic monetary unit? Guatemala. The quetzal is the currency of Guatemala, named after the national bird, the resplendent quetzal. It was introduced in 1925, replacing the peso. In which body of water is the East Siberian Sea located? Arctic Ocean. The East Siberian Sea, a marginal sea of the Arctic Ocean, lies between the Siberian coast, the New Siberian Islands, and Wrangel Island. It is characterized by its shallow depth and icy conditions for much of the year. Who held the position of Archbishop of Canterbury from 1980 to 1991? Robert Rincey. Robert Rincey served as the Archbishop of Canterbury during a period of significant social and political change, including the Falklands War. The Archbishop of Canterbury is the senior leader of the Church of England and the symbolic head of the worldwide Anglican Communion. In the field of medicine, what does the term balloonophobia denote? An irrational fear of needles. Balloonophobia is a specific phobia characterized by an extreme and irrational fear of needles. This phobia can lead to avoidance of medical treatment and vaccinations. To what class of creature does the kagu, also known as the kagu, belong? Bird. The kagu, Rhinoceros jubatus, is a flightless bird endemic to the dense mountain forests of New Caledonia. It is threatened by habitat loss and introduced predators. Who was the father of the English monarch Edward VI? Henry VIII. Henry VIII, the King of England from 1509 until his death in 1547, is best known for his role in the English Reformation. He is also renowned for his 6 marriages and his quest for a male heir, which ultimately led to the birth of Edward VI. In 1785, the first crossing of which body of water was made by François Blanchard and John Jeffreys using a hot air balloon? English Channel. The first successful crossing of the English Channel by air was accomplished in 1785 by Jean-Pierre Blanchard and John Jeffreys. This pioneering flight marked a significant advancement in the early history of ballooning and aviation. Wormicide is a substance used for killing which creatures? Worms. Wormicides are chemical agents used to eliminate parasitic worms, often employed in agricultural and veterinary contexts. Understanding the action of wormicides is crucial in disease control and maintaining animal and plant health. The Angel of the North is the work of which British sculptor? Antony Gormley. The Angel of the North, completed in 1998, is a contemporary sculpture by Antony Gormley. It stands near Gateshead, England, representing a landmark in modern British art. In which United States state did the 1692 witch trials take place? Massachusetts. The Salem witch trials occurred in Massachusetts during 1692 to 1693. This period of mass hysteria resulted in the execution of 20 individuals, primarily women, accused of witchcraft, marking a dark chapter in early American history. In Greek mythology, who murdered Glauce, the bride of Jason, on their wedding day? Medea. In Greek mythology, Medea, a sorceress, killed Glauce, Jason's bride, as revenge for Jason's betrayal. This act is a key element of the tragic tale of Jason and Medea, exploring themes of betrayal, revenge, and the destructive power of jealousy. What is the cube root of 729? 9. The cube root of a number is a value that, when multiplied by itself 3 times, equals the original number. In this case, 9 times 9 times 9 equals 729, making 9 the cube root of 729. The railway in Africa, which runs from Mombasa to Lake Victoria, and was plagued by a series of disasters, is known as the what line? Lunatic line. The Uganda Railway, also known as the Lunatic Line, was built in the late 19th century from Mombasa to Lake Victoria. Its construction was fraught with logistical challenges and disasters, which contributed to its infamous nickname. Carried in front of English sovereigns at their coronation to represent mercy, what is a curtana? Sword, unpointed. The curtana, or sword of mercy, is a blunt sword carried during the coronation of English monarchs. Its blunted edge symbolizes the sovereign's mercy. A hexagon is a plane figure with how many sides and angles? 6. A hexagon is a polygon characterized by having 6 sides and 6 angles. It is a fundamental geometric shape found in various contexts, from beehive structures to chemical compounds. In which European city is Chopin Airport located? Warsaw. Chopin Airport, officially Warsaw Chopin Airport, is the primary international airport serving Warsaw, the capital of Poland. It is named after the renowned Polish composer and pianist, Frédéric Chopin. Which was the 48th U.S. state to be admitted to the Union in February 1912? Arizona. Arizona was admitted to the Union as the 48th state on February 14, 1912. Its admission completed the contiguous United States and marked the end of the continental expansion. Pen Y Fan is the highest peak located within which British national park? Brecon Beacons. Brecon Beacons National Park, established in 1957, is one of 3 national parks in Wales. Pen Y Fan, its highest peak, is a popular hiking destination. What is the capital city of the U.S. state of North Dakota? Bismarck. Bismarck has been the capital of North Dakota since 1889, when North Dakota became a state. It is located on the east bank of the Missouri River and serves as a center for government and commerce. Who is credited with the invention of the electric battery in 1800? Alessandro Volta. Alessandro Volta, an Italian physicist, invented the voltaic pile, a precursor to the modern battery, in 1800. This invention revolutionized the study of electricity and paved the way for future advancements in electrical technology. In which mountain range is Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the British Isles, located? Grampians. Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the British Isles at 1,345 meters, 4,413 feet above sea level, is located in the Grampian Mountains in the Scottish Highlands. The mountain is a popular destination for climbers and hikers. In 1936, Joseph Bowers was recorded as the first inmate to attempt an escape from which notorious prison? Alcatraz. Alcatraz Island, a former prison in San Francisco Bay, operated from 1934 to 1963. Its reputation for being inescapable made it one of the most infamous prisons in American history. In which year did Queen Elizabeth II undertake her first official visit to Australia as the reigning monarch? 1954. Queen Elizabeth II's first visit to Australia as Queen occurred in 1954. This tour was a significant event in Australian history, solidifying the bond between Australia and the British monarchy. In which religion is the supreme deity referred to as Ahura Mazda? Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism is an ancient monotheistic religion founded in Persia. Its central figure, Ahura Mazda, is considered the uncreated creator of all things, and the religion emphasizes the eternal struggle between good and evil. Which U.S. president was commonly known by the moniker, the Trust Buster? Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, earned the nickname, the Trust Buster, due to his administration's vigorous enforcement of antitrust laws and prosecution of monopolies deemed harmful to the public interest. Afar, Harare, and Tigray are regions located in which African country? Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a country in the Horn of Africa with a diverse landscape and population. The regions of Afar, Harare, and Tigray are characterized by distinct cultural and geographical features within Ethiopia's federal structure. In the 18th century, the British Royal Navy mandated that limes and lemons be carried aboard ships as a preventative measure against which disease? Scurvy. During the Age of Sail, scurvy, caused by vitamin C deficiency, was a major health problem for sailors. The British Royal Navy's policy of providing citrus fruits helped to mitigate this issue, preventing widespread illness on long voyages. Between which 2 planets in our solar system is the asteroid belt located? Mars and Jupiter. The asteroid belt is a torus-shaped region in the solar system located roughly between the orbits of the planets Mars and Jupiter. It contains a great many solid, irregularly shaped bodies of many sizes called asteroids or minor planets. How many red stripes are present on the national flag of Puerto Rico? 3. The flag of Puerto Rico features 5 alternating stripes, 3 red and 2 white. The red stripes symbolize the blood shed by warriors for liberty, while the white represents peace and victory. In 1935, what country underwent a name change to become known as Iran? Persia. In 1935, Reza Shah Pahlavi formally requested that the international community refer to Persia as Iran, which is the name of the country in Persian. This change reflected a move toward modernization and national identity. The SNCF is the National Railway Corporation of which European country? France. The Société Nationale des Chemins de Fer Français, SNCF, is France's state-owned railway company. Rail transport plays a significant role in the French economy and infrastructure. Which country was defeated by the French during the Battle of Friedland in the Napoleonic Wars? Russia. The Battle of Friedland, fought in 1807, resulted in a decisive French victory over Russia. This battle significantly influenced the outcome of the War of the Fourth Coalition and led to the treaties of Tilsit.